Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp and welcome back to another video. So today's video we're going to be taking a look at both the TriBlend markers and just the regular Spectrum Noir alcohol markers, and we're just going to be comparing a couple of the colours. I did mention in a previous video that I was thinking about how you could refill these TriBlend markers. What's the best way? Do I just go and buy new markers if one of the colours have run out, or again can you use then the regular refills because the colour names are the same? So for example, the earth brown is EB, so EB1. We want to see if that's the same in the TriBlend range as it is just in the regular sort of Spectrum Noir range. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. So the first thing that I've already done is I just sort of laid out the colours that I'm going to be comparing, and then what we're going to do is just sort of colour two next to each other, so obviously you can sort of really see the difference. But already looking just at this sheet here, you can see a couple of them really aren't the same colour. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be a good idea to use the regular Spectrum Noir alcohol markers to refill the TriBlend markers. I just think the colours aren't going to be the same. And there was a comment someone posted on one of my other videos obviously saying that, that the colours just don't end up looking the same. When you do sort of combine the TriBlend markers, it does sort of change the colour a little bit. Obviously, once they dry back, it will kind of change that colour. So these do kind of look different where I'm looking at them now where they're dry to looking at them obviously when I've just done them. They are going to be slightly different, but again, even sort of looking at them dry now, there are a couple of colours that are quite close. But I think as a general rule, I just don't think it's worth doing. Which is a shame. Really, you would expect them to be kind of the same because they are sort of labeling them under the same names. But yeah, I just really didn't think that they were kind of similar enough. So the colours that we've got the light yellow, we've got orange, dark red, jade green, turquoise blue, I think it was. We've got bright pinks, we have got pale pink, we've got the earth brown, and a couple of those I've used two of the colours. So really what I did was just found colours that I had in the TriBlend range, but also that I had in just the regular Spectrum Noir range as well. So the yellow, I did think the yellow was going to be relatively similar, and when it was sort of here like fresh, it did kind of look like it matched. But again, looking at it now that it's dried, the TriBlend marker does look a little darker than the regular markers. Obviously that first jade green that I did, so that the one on the far right, that is the JG2, I think it was. So that was the medium colour, and you can tell it just doesn't match at all in the slightest. So if you then bought the refill for that JG2, it would be a completely different colour. So like I said, there's a couple of examples where it's really, really obvious, and others where it's not so obvious. But like I said before, I personally really wouldn't recommend doing it. So the colours that I did think kind of matched, so the pale pink that we use, so the PP3, so that is a darker shade from the pale pink TriBlend pen. That was sort of, that did kind of match, to be perfectly honest with you, especially again looking at it now that it's dried back. It's not sort of too dissimilar. And the earth brown as well, so that's the EB3, which is the dark pen from the earth brown blends. That wasn't too dissimilar either, but like I said, they're just too sort of dissimilar where you're not going to end up with that same colour. I think you're going to be better off just buying a replacement pen. It's a shame they don't do sort of single pens that you can buy, rather than then having to buy the entire pen and perhaps swap out the one pen that you have run out of, which is the instance that I found myself in. However, now getting the full range of having those extra sort of extension colours within that colour family, I found that, so with my earth brown, the EB1 has pretty much run out, but I find that I'm using sort of the next three after that, so whatever combination, if it's 2, 3, 4, that's kind of what I'm using instead. So it's not kind of the end of the world. I haven't found that I've felt like I needed to reach for those extra sort of pens to purchase. But like I said, you can see here, some of them just really kind of don't match at all. Like I said, some of them do look a little different now that they've dried back, but like I said, on the whole, I personally wouldn't recommend buying the regular Spectrum Noir refills to refill your Spectrum Noir TriBlend markers. So it's just a really, really quick video for today. Obviously, I just wanted to sort of answer this particular question as to whether you can, like I said, refill the TriBlend markers with those Spectrum Noir regular alcohol marker refills. And again, like I said, in my personal opinion, I would say it's probably not a good idea. There will be more videos to come using these TriBlend markers. Obviously, I want to sort of find some stamps and things or some images that we can colour, just to give you sort of a better idea of what you can do with them, the kinds of blends that you can create. So I'm really looking forward to that. So make sure you look out for those. If you do agree, or perhaps if you disagree, maybe it's something that you've already done, leave me a comment down below. If you did like this video, like I said, I know it was really short, but if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps to support me and my channel. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and then you won't miss out on any future videos. Thanks very much for watching, and happy crafting.